money is an energy, and it's neither good nor bad. It's the love. The love of money is the root of evil, right? It's what we make money mean. When we make money our God, that's when it becomes evil.
Hi, and welcome to Beyond the Paycheck. I'm Paula Christine. So today we're going to talk about women and women's confidence and women's imposter syndrome that we seem to have. So I have a women's expert on the line with us today, or in our podcast. So welcome, Karen Gray from Gray Legacy Coaching.
Thanks, Paula. Happy to be here. Talk about this topic that, man, can get so deep, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it can. So we're going to have to keep that under control.
That's right.
So being a woman, I know that I have worked a lot on my confidence because, it just needed to. We'll just go with that. So I try to talk with my girlfriends a lot when they bring me issues about a lot of it has to do with what you think about yourself and how you're going to go forward in life. And I think a lot of people get stuck there. So when you're working with your clients, how do you help them get unstuck?
Yeah. So I think the main thing that we get caught up in or stuck in is the ideas that have been, I'll say, thrust upon us. Maybe we've been taught by parents or people that we've grown up with, and things have been put upon us that we weren't meant to carry, such as ideals that really don't serve us. Maybe because our family came from a certain background, maybe they were blue collar workers and we want to be an entrepreneur. So we have these ideals and limitations and all of these perspectives that people who meant well have poured into us that don't really fit. And so we're trying to make sense of that. The other thing is we have grown up in a society, and I'm not one for, crush the patriarchy. I don't embody that, but we have grown up in a world that has had an idea of who a woman was, and there have been limitations placed on us unnecessarily. And so the first thing that I tell people is it's not necessarily about the thoughts, it's the meaning and the power that we give the thoughts that we have. That's really what's keeping us stuck.
So give me an example.
Okay. So perfect example for me is my story as an adoptee. So being an adoptee, I learned that I was chosen, right? This is the thing, the idea that I was given. As a kid, what I made that mean was somebody chose me, which meant that somebody could not choose me, or somebody didn't choose me and didn't want me.
Right.
So therefore, what I made that mean was that I was unwanted, I was unlovable, I was not necessary unless I made myself very valuable to those around me so that they would choose you. Quote unquote, if you're listening to this and not seeing it, that they would choose me. And I became really good at being a people pleaser. And that bled over into every aspect of my life. My job, my career, my relationships, my school, everything. My kids, raising my kids, I didn't want them upset with me. And so it wasn't necessarily the truth, right? It wasn't anything that anybody made me believe, but it was what I made it mean.
That's a good way of putting that. I've never heard it said that way. I mean, because I know that I grew up feeling unloved, and so I spent the majority of my time trying to make people love me who probably I didn't need those people to love me, because you attract different types of people when you have that belief. And it took me a while to get to the point where it's okay. I don't need you to love me. I love myself. But it's hard, I think, it's hard for everybody, but women in particular, to overcome those things, because I think they're just ingrained in us, and then even society even pushes it on us even more to try, and it's
Yeah.
hard to let go of all that.
Yes, and I think we're taught to look for those things, right? We're told those things exist, so we look for them. And we have this amazing brain that whatever we tell it to go look for, it'll find proof of that.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And so, we're told that, society's trying to keep you down. So we look for and find proof that it is. We're told that women are paid less, that women are this, women are that. And so we find all the proof of that. We're told that, women can't be such and such. Fill in the blank with anything you want, and you can find proof that it's true. The opposite is also true. You have women out there who are absolutely knocking down doors, breaking in glass ceilings, and doing so many things that by every other rule, they shouldn't be able to do. And so both exist.
It's just what you choose to focus on.
It's what you choose to focus on and what you choose to believe is true for you that's keeping you stuck.
Yeah, I hope a bunch of my girlfriends listen to this.
I had to believe that for me. I had to hire a coach and have someone outside of me reflect that back and mirror that back, because I bought into the bull also.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I did too. I hired a coach.
Yeah, I mean, it just took years and years and years of this development. And as much work as I've done, Paula, there's still times when my brain will go back into those default modes and I will see proof of all the things that I don't want to happen. And I'm like, maybe I can't do this. Maybe it's not my journey. Maybe. And my coach is like, okay, all of that exists and you can still do hard stuff and you can still follow your dreams and all of this can be true. What do you want to believe? It's your choice.
So what I do every day is twice a day is I wrote out a vision of what I want my life to look like. Mm-hmm. And so I read that every day and then I write what I'm grateful for. So what it helps me do is not focus on those things that pop up every day and say, well, not every day. I mean, pop up once in a while. Sure. That you can't do this, you can't do that. Because
it's whack-a-mole.
Yeah. So it's always there saying, my vision reminds me of everything that I'm trying to achieve and just keeps me focused on that those things pop. And then I'm like, nope, gotta go. See you later.
Yeah. I love that you're doing that. I would really love to know and maybe challenge you to take it one step further.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm taking notes. Go ahead.
Okay. So if you are someone that loves to journal or do affirmations or just listen to meditations or do visionary practices, like you set your goals for the year. We're recording this. It's the beginning of 2025, first quarter. And you're like, I want to do this. And so you have this vision, you create a vision board and you have all of these things. All of those things are great, but it's really challenging and difficult for all of that to align with you if you still inherently feel somehow inside that that's unattainable for you. So it's great to have the vision, but if you don't embody the emotions and the feelings of already achieving that, it's going to be really difficult and challenging for you to do it. So you have to get into the energetic alignment. And this is really woo-woo, so if you're not familiar with all of that, if you are like, I love myself, and then you look at your face and you're like, yeah, but I don't like my nose. Well, you just counteracted everything that you just said. You really don't believe it. Mm-hmm. And so it's just words unless you put energy and emotions behind it, because the law of the universe is just like the law of gravity. Right? It doesn't know what you intend. It only knows what you really believe and agree with. And so gravity is what it is. The law of evolution, the law of reciprocity, the law of the harvest, the law of attraction, whatever you want to call things, doesn't matter. There's an energy that we resonate at just by being human. We have a heartbeat, and so therefore we have this energy. And if you don't believe something can happen for you, It doesn't matter what you say, it won't happen. So if I create this vision board, and I point over here because I have a vision board on my second screen that I love to look at, this is my embodiment of my future. I have to sit with, those $100,000 months. What does that look like? I'm sitting in the energy of that when I'm doing my vision and really feeling what it would feel like. And here's the truth. All of that already exists in here. I wouldn't have had those dreams if I wasn't meant for that life. So how can I be that person? And then we drop the ball when we just sit here and we envision it and we do affirmations and we're just like, yeah, okay, God, now bring it to me, right? Like God Santa, like he's just gonna boop, here you go, here's your little delivery.
Well, that would be nice.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah,
How
that would be
great would that be? But if you're not acting as if that person exists already and you're not believing those things, and then this is the final kicker, you have to be detached from the timing of the outcome.
You got to forget the how and when it's going to
You
happen.
got to forget the how, you got to forget the when, and just allow that everything is working out for you. Because, oh gosh, I don't want to get political, so I won't use that example. So for
Well, that's
me,
what I do.
personally,
That's what I do. When I read my vision twice a day, I feel it. I feel every part of it. I feel it in my heart and in my brain, so that I live that now as if it's already happened for me.
Love that. Yes.
And so sometimes that stuff does trickle back in, but then I just always go back to that feeling, because I had to learn to put a feeling to it. And I remember the feeling of what that's going to feel like. Like one of the things I would love to be married again. And so in my head, I'm already married and I already know what that feels like. And I can envision what that's going to look like. And, and when I do all that, I can, my heart just expands. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I love
so that.
Then we didn't have to talk politics.
Yeah. There you go. One of the things I love telling my clients and my friends that are looking for that relationship, right? That other partner in their life. How are you doing those things that you want from your partner? How are you doing those things for you now? Right? So how are you loving you? How are you spoiling you? How are you courting you? And, if you have a partner, how are you embodying those things for that partner? How are you loving them and, being that example? I say this because I've done it wrong a lot. And I say a lot. I've been married 4 times. The first 3 were part of my healing process of I was trying to find people more broken than me, so I didn't have to work on me. And then I let go, let God, and I started just choosing me and loving me and being the person that could be lovable and could deserve great things and could fix herself. And as soon as I made that decision and made that choice, it was like the universe just aligned me and my husband. And we've been married 14 years now. And I make every single choice differently now in this marriage than I did before. So I just say that because I'm the living example of how to do everything wrong at least once. At least once.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, because somebody gave me the advice, and I'm not really sure who it was, one of the coaches or books I read or something, and they're like, if you're wanting this relationship, then you have to become the person that you want to attract. Yeah,
absolutely. And how do you attract a great husband if you're not prepared to be a great wife? How do you attract great things if you're bitter and angry and, you're blocking out all the good that God, the universe, whatever you believe has in store for you if you don't believe it's possible? So back to that, affirmations and vision. If you're saying, I want a great husband, then what you're embodying is that you want. So when we say, I want this, I want that, what you're manifesting is and affirming is more want, more
Yeah.
lack.
I usually use the word I have, I am.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the words
I
that I
am, I
use.
have, I will. All great ways to pose that. But the other thing is just sitting and I have this little book. I bought it, I think on Amazon or at the bookstore. Oh, I think I got it at Barnes and Noble, this one. 369, where you write things 3 times and then 6 times and then 9 times.
A day
So
or?
in the morning,
Okay.
you write your vision, whatever you're affirming, 3 times. And then at lunch, you're going to say it or write it 6 times. And then at night before you go to bed, you're going to write it or say it 9 times.
Okay, for everybody that's not watching this on YouTube, it's called 369 Laws of Attraction.
Laws of Attraction. Yeah, there's a couple different versions of this out there. I love the written, having a tangible book that I can write in. You could do this in a journal. It doesn't have to be this book. But basically the theory behind it are the theories of that were inspired by Nikola Tesla,
Okay.
of the perfection of the numbers 3, 6, and 9.
Okay.
And so somehow our brain, when we're writing these affirmations, and you write it the way, I am attracting my perfect mate and vision,
Or I'm
for my
attracting
life.
abundant money, or
Right. I am attracting ideal clients that need and can pay for my services. Whatever that is, I am. And then on the 6th, I would write or say in my little time, and I set little timers, and it's like, they're coming to me now. They're already looking for me. So I'm embodying that same thought, maybe in a different way, because my brain gets really bored if I say the same thing over and over and over and over. So I say it differently. And
like
then I
that, though.
receive it. Because the final key is, yes, I want this. Yes, I'm saying it. Yes, I'm affirming it. Yes, I'm feeling it. But now I'm welcoming it to come in, and I'm being available to receive it. And so when I do it in the evening, I say, I'm welcoming those clients. I'm inviting them in. I'm ready to receive them.
So you say the same affirmation 369 on the same subject, or do you change?
I do the same subject each day. So whatever it is. So if today I'm talking about clients, tomorrow it could be health. It could be, a speaking opportunity. Whatever it is, I do the same thing so that my focus for that day, my energy is at the level for that topic, that thing, that whatever. And if you're really focused on something, you could do the same thing all the time. Everybody's different. But I come at it from the same topic from every direction I can possibly hit it.
Okay.
And then I'm willing to receive. Okay, God, what do you have for me in this topic for clients? Who do I need to serve? Put me in front of those people today. Give me a voice. Give me wisdom. Give me guidance. And then give me favor in their eyes so that they can hear me. So that I can be the person that I need to be for them at the right time, right place, right time. And so then I bring in my faith. And I just walk it, embody it, and receive it, and then let go and let God.
I love that.
I'm completely detached, because I may sow those seeds today and they may reap a harvest next year. I just trust that they're going to come at the right time. And when we're looking at our confidence and imposter syndrome, ladies, is a lie. You're good enough already. The fact that you're born here and you have a desire for anything better than what you already have tells you that it's possible, or you wouldn't have those desires. If you are someone of faith, and I don't know how to really speak to someone who doesn't have a faith, because I can't imagine not having some sort of faith.
Yeah, whatever your faith is, just
whatever your faith is,
right.
If you rely on that and you believe and you trust that, then you know that you're here for a purpose. You're valuable because you exist. You're
I
not a
think you're giving
mistake.
everybody a lot to think about.
You're not a mistake. You're not an accident. Think about the things that had to happen for the egg, and I'm sorry, we're going to get scientific, for the egg and the sperm to come together, for you to be born and be at the place that you are at this point in time with the experience and the journey that you have and the calling on your heart that you have. That is not an accident. Those are all there for a reason. Now you have a choice what you do with it. You can choose to believe it's wasted, and it will be. Whatever you believe will be true. You can choose to believe that it's for a design, and it is. You can choose to believe it's for your favor and for the next thing that's going to happen, and you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, I had this conversation with my mom yesterday, and she's 83, and we were talking about something. Well, I'm not going to say who we were talking about, but we were talking about somebody. And it was kind of the similar conversation. I'm like, you know, in the Bible it says, "Ask and you shall receive." So, we were talking about people struggling with different things, and I'm like, until you let go of that struggle and just believe that if you ask and you shall receive, then it will come to you. But if you keep going back to all that negative stuff that's going on in your life, you're just going to reap more negativity.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so much wisdom in the Bible, regardless of what you believe. There is inherent wisdom in knowing that, if you ask, you'll receive. So you have to take action. You can't sit there and wait for things to come to you. They won't.
Right.
You have to be that person and then take action upon it. Also, one of the things that I just saw differently recently, we talk about we pour into others. I'm always giving others. And this is where that imposter syndrome and the people pleasing come, right? We're just pouring into and giving, giving, trying to be good enough,
right.
Trying to please people, be lovable enough, all of those things. And in the Bible, it doesn't say pour. It says that we are, we're to fill our cups. And so we give, overflowing. So we're pressed down, running over. God gives abundantly to us. And so we're to lean into Him, fill our cups so full that our cups, think of a teacup on a plate. Our cups are so full, they're running over into the into the plate. And people are getting this overflow because our cup is so full. So the oxygen mask theory on the airplane, right? You got to put your oxygen mask on first so that you can help others. Same premise, same concept.
So take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. Believe
Become
in
the person
yourself,
that you want to believe.
Love yourself. Yes. So that what you give is the best version.
I know a lot of people struggle with when it comes to wealth, because especially if you were in a family maybe that doesn't have wealth, and then you want more in your life, but yet you think, what are people going to think of me? And,
right.
Should I be, asking for whatever this is because, is that greedy of me to want, more? And I think that kind of what you just said goes into play there, because when you think about like you making more money, and with you making more money, then your ability to give more of your money or your time then spreads out the abundance that you have just received.
Yeah. So can we talk a little bit about relationship with money?
Oh, sure.
Because I think this is a big one for people who struggle with money relationship. So I was taught, so my parents were older when I was adopted. They were in their late 30s. So I grew up with parents who had grown up during the Depression time. So my dad is 91, almost 92 now. And I was raised to believe that you had to grind and work hard and work 3 or 4 jobs to have money enough to get by. My mom literally, as I was growing up, wrapped money in tinfoil and kept it in the freezer. Like we had cold hard cash. It was literally in the freezer. That was our they had a savings, they had a retirement, but they had cold hard cash. And I just remember thinking, money was something that brought us angst, and it was something that was stressful, and it was something that you had to work hard for. And if you didn't work hard, you didn't get it, and you didn't deserve it.
Yeah. Money
And so
scarcity mindset.
so scarcity mindset driven. And someone along the way, I don't know who said it, because I do so much personal development, listen to all these things, but money is an energy, and it's neither good nor bad. It's the love, the love of money is the root of evil, right? It's what we make money mean. When we make money our God, that's when it becomes evil.
Right.
Money gives us options to do things. And when I was open to the fact that, I could change my relationship with money, and that it really wasn't about money, it was about my intention on what I was going to make money mean. And when I really sat down and looked at it, our intention is at the root of everything that can set us free. So if someone says something about you, like, let's go back to that comment, what are they going to think? I can't control what they say. I can't control what they think. I can't control what my parents do. I can't control what my kids do. All I can do is go back to, what is my intention? That's the only thing I can control. So if my intention is to do good things with money, I'm okay with making money. I'm okay with receiving money, because I know I'm going to do good things.
Right.
If my intention in this relationship was to do good things, and maybe I made a mistake, okay, honest mistake, I can apologize for that. But my intention was never to do bad. I can live with that, regardless of what they say. If showing up, people are going to say certain things. Sometimes we're most afraid of going online or doing things or having money because it's not safe, because somebody's going to think a certain thing, or they're going to ask something of us, and then we have to tell them no. And then what is that going to mean about me? I'm mean because I'm not helping people now that I have money. I literally self-sabotage because I didn't want to tell people no. Because if I had money, then they're going to need something from me, and I can't tell them no. How silly is that? But that's like all of that mindset, because when we had money, my parents gave it all away. They helped everybody. So it's go back to the intention. What do you intend to do with this? Who are you intending to be? And never acquiesce your power or do something out of alignment with that. I call it my VIP. What are my values, my intention, and my purpose? And I do everything from that position. If this aligns with my values, it's a yes. If my intention is good, it's a yes. If this aligns with my purpose, why I'm here, then it's a yes. I do that thing.
I think a lot of people don't know their purpose.
I think a lot of people know their purpose. They don't trust it. They're afraid of it.
Are they afraid to be more than they are?
Yeah. It's scary to shine big.
It
right?
is. It is.
They call it in England or UK, they call it the tall poppy syndrome, because the poppies that rise up are the ones that get cut off. And so you don't want to be the tall poppy.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you'll be cut off.
But if you're the top poppy, just think of how many other poppies you could help. Right?
Or just think of how beautiful you are in the vase if you get cut off, right? You're in somebody's vase and you get used, and, there's so many analogies we could do here. But the point is, you have to be okay letting people be them. You can't control them. Mel Robbins has the new book, Let Them.
Yeah.
It's from a poem that I think her name is Cassidy. But she wrote this poem about let them, and then the next thing she did was let her. So it's about let them do what they're going to do, and then let her, as in you, do what she needs to do. Give her permission to be her.
Yeah, I love that, because, when all people, I don't think it really necessarily has to do with women, but when people say stuff to you, that's usually they're saying something that reflects how they're feeling.
Oh, yeah.
And has nothing to do with you as a person.
Absolutely.
And one of the things when I learned to just say, okay, they're having a bad day.
Yep.
And, you move on and you don't take that in because it's so easy,
Yeah.
especially with social media, to take in that anger and
Oh,
then
yeah.
let that anger back out when you just go, well, they don't like what's going on. That's okay.
Yeah. And
know?
if you struggle with insecurity or that imposter syndrome, you're going to want to fight to prove, right? I want to right this wrong. And I would go to bat in the past. I would go to bat with somebody like, no, that's not what I meant. And that's not what I said. And you can't control that. I would drive myself insane and be so upset over somebody's, curt words. And you're right. It was a total mirror. Either I triggered something in them or I reminded them of something they either didn't have, couldn't have, wanted, or they just didn't like themselves. And I reminded them of that. Right? It really wasn't about me. And my coach said something one time because I was talking about, well, I don't want to do this because I'm really worried people are going to reject me or they're going to think about me or they're going to this and that and that. She was like, okay, I love you and I'm going to say this with love. People don't think about you, Karen. They're really not out there watching you thinking about all the things that you're doing. They're thinking about them.
True. Yeah.
Right? So it's not even about us. And so when somebody says something that's hateful or hurtful, yes, we can say, oh, wow, that's a reflection on them. They're having a bad day. But go back to your intention again. Was my intention to do the thing they're accusing me of? No, probably not. Okay. Okay, let them go. That's
Right.
them.
Yeah, letting go of toxic people is when
It's
you
a
can do that, that's
gift.
huge.
It's a gift. Oh my gosh, it's the greatest gift in the world when you can just bless them and release them. And just know that it doesn't matter what they say. There's nothing you can do to change how someone else chooses to behave or act. You can only control your choice. So it goes right back down to the choice.
That is so liberating when you can finally get that and understand that. Then you just go through life. Okay.
Yeah. It literally takes the sting out of everything.
Yes.
And it gives you back your power. Because if you can choose to let it go, that also means you can choose to take action when you need to. And then you can begin to see yourself as empowered and powerful. And then you can begin to stand up when you need to stand up and choose your peace when you need to choose your peace and step into situations and make offers for your clients, right? Because it's not about whether they say yes or no. It's about, did you make the offer and give them an opportunity? Yes or no. It's not personal. It's not personal.
I think I needed to talk to you today.
Oh, thank you.
It happens to me a lot when I do this podcast. I'm like, I think I needed to talk to that person today.
Yeah.
Well, I always tell God to bring in, people that will encourage or
Absolutely.
help me, and then take those out that don't.
Yeah. And I prayed for you today, give me an opportunity to remind myself. Because when I'm talking to you, ladies, I am talking to me. I am absolutely reminding myself, Karen, choose you. Let them be that. Let them go. I know who I am now. Took me 55 years, but I got there.
Yeah, it took me 55 years too, plus. plus. But getting there is an amazing journey.
Yes.
It does have some sadness, and it does, doubts and all that stuff. But once you can, when you can just accept basically what we've talked about today and just start living your life like that. And it doesn't have to be, like it's going to change your life overnight. But if you can just take one step forward, if it's just even writing your affirmations, maybe it's not 369, maybe it's 136, whatever it is, but you just start doing something.
The point is to make a choice and start. That's it. And if you envision that decision as, okay, I'm going down this road and I'm at a fork in the road. This is literally the moment I had when everything changed for me. I was laying on the floor very abusive, narcissistic relationship, gaslighter deluxe. And I just wanted to fall through the hole in the floor. I just wanted to be gone. I didn't want to deal with this pain. The mental jujitsu I had to go through every day to just like, I said that. And I didn't say all those things he said. Like I couldn't even recognize what was reality and what was this alternate reality he had created. But I had a 6-month-old and a 2.5, almost 3-year-old special needs little boy, and a 15-year-old daughter, and a son that was older and going through all kind of addiction problems. And if I was gone, who was going to take care of them? And it was like, okay, in this moment, I can choose to be a coward and run away from all of this. I can choose to hide. I have all of these choices, or I can choose me and be the better me for them. And it was like a 180 decision. So I'm going down. I could go left and continue this path. I couldn't go forward anymore. I had to go left or right. And in that moment, it was like left was choosing to be something I couldn't be, and right was choosing me. And I just chose me. And every day thereafter, I did one thing to choose me.
I think if we have to sum up the whole podcast, it is just choose you. I mean, everything we've talked about is choose you.
That has become my life's philosophy. And not in a selfish way, ladies. I want you to hear this. This isn't about being selfish. It is about the least selfish thing you can do is you are a gift to the world. When you hide that, when you fake it, when you're afraid to be it, you are robbing the world of all of the beautiful goodness that you were meant to do. And so when you embody that and choose you are, it's like you're coming out of the cocoon and you're giving the world this beautiful butterfly with all the gifts that come with it that you were supposed to do, whether that's being a mother, being a professional, being a, inventor or a business owner, or just purely existing and being love in the world. Whatever that is, whatever your calling is, we all have a reason that we're here. And when we're not choosing us, we are robbing the world of that.
That's beautiful. That is just so awesome.
And why would we do that?
Yeah, why would we do that? Okay, we're going to end it right there because I think that's like the perfect spot to. So if somebody wants to work with you, how do they get a hold of you?
I am on just about every platform, Coach Karen Gray, and that's Gray. I have my website, coachkarengray.com. I have my Rock Movers podcast. But probably the best place is to, if you're on social, reach out to me on social. If you're not, go to my website. I've got a ton of free resources there. I have a free meditation. My Rock Movers has some meditations. My YouTube has meditations. I'm coming out with a new newsletter, so you can get a new meditation each week and just, kind of dive into me. I used to hate my voice.
I still hate my voice.
Was afraid of it. I literally thought I sounded like Minnie Mouse. And somehow through me finding my power and choosing me, my voice has deepened. And I have like this, I don't know if you like my voice or not, but if you're listening to this and you like my voice and it's calming.
It is very calming.
It's something that would put you at ease. Reach out and I can do custom meditations for you, or you can tap into the ones I have. But I found that that's a gift I can give. And then just coaching. I am a coach and a mentor and love to love on women, especially. Now, I love my men. I have a fabulous husband. I'm not anti-man. But my journey has been for a reason, and I'm here to help women see theirs. I want them to choose them.
You're amazing.
Thank you. I think you're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I think we win together. And the stronger we are when we lift each other up, we become better. But thank you. I received that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for being on today.
My pleasure. Just an honor.
Okay. If anybody wants to reach out to me, you can find me at paulachristine.com. All Karen's resources will be in the show notes. And it is my goal this year to increase reviews of the podcast. So if you don't mind, if you liked us, go ahead and give us a good review.
That's the best way you can share this, is to share, like, post, give reviews, and share Paula's greatness with the world. That's what we're called to do.
And Karen's greatness.
We win together.
Thank you so much.